So the harp, as we know it today, was really only developed in 1820. So that was at a time where they were starting to develop the big concert halls, and they sort of changed all the instruments to be a lot louder
Mm,
so that you could hear them in a concert hall. Because before that, it would be in somebody's private chateau where people would be
right.
sitting listening to like Haydn and Mozart. But now people were going out into public places, into public concert halls, listening to all that big music from Brahms and Beethoven and all these famous, famous people. And the poor little harp was just classified as a woman's instrument.
Mm.
So it stayed in the home. It never went public.
Oh,
It just stayed at home and was played by little ladies. And it was never taken seriously. And no serious composer ever composed anything for the harp because it was just like a feminine instrument. And I'm a feminist, so I'm not going to excuse myself for saying that. But it just wasn't being taken seriously by society and composers who wanted to be somebody. It was just like, yeah, a sort of secondary instrument for salons, for,
like the auto harp today.
I don't
You know what auto harp is?
know, I don't.
It's basically like a flat harp. It's like a harp on a box, and it has these little things that you can move to make chords. So it's really easy to play. But
Oh,
like you see somebody like a busker playing it, but you would never go to something where somebody played an auto harp.
wow, that's an excellent comparison.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
it stayed a woman's instrument, and it's still finding it very difficult to get out in the big world, I find.
That's well, when you were talking just now, when you were talking about music becoming big in these concert halls and such, I was thinking about the first time I ever went to an opera in person because I'd seen it on videos and stuff, but the first time I ever went to an opera, I was like, this is transcendent. There's like a full orchestra, 20 people singing perfectly at the top of their lungs. It was like dopamine blast. And like a harp might get lost in all of that because it is a thinner, like more delicate sound in general if you're not doing really
Yes,
low notes. Yeah.
it really is. Nothing like the French horn. But I put on a play a long time ago about women in history, really, women who made a difference for the generations after them. And I looked into women composers. And you know what? There are not that many, really. There
No.
really aren't that many. And why is that? So I started reading Virginia Woolf and finding out. I don't know whether you know, she wrote a book called A Room of Your Own, and it's about how she walked through the halls of Oxford. Oxford is a university in the UK, and she noticed that there were no women there. It was all made for men. And she posited that it's so difficult for women to get started being successes or being artists because nobody's gone before them. No woman has gone before them. And
Yeah.
I really believe that we have been held back by that. And some women have been very courageous and gone before us. And so thank you to all those ladies. Thank you so much.